Ivey McDonald grew up in Trenton, Nova Scotia. And, he was one of my favorite uncles and one of my dad's best friends. I met you growing up in that big house, in that little house with that big family. And we didn't have a whole lot. And he was the uncle that always had a pocket full of change that you heard jingling when he come to visit. He always had a quarter for us. Back then, you know, I don't know what a quarter would translate to here, but we'd buy, you know, a bottle of pop and a bag of chips and you'd still get change. Now it wouldn't even get you, I don't know what it get you, wouldn't get your jelly bean. But he was great. He was a great man. And there's this little stone wall in Trenton that they call Ivey's Wall. And it's not very big, as wasn't he. You know, he was just a small man. And it's not grand, and he wasn't either. And it was perfect, and it was where all the car plant workers used to go. And after their shift at the plant, they'd go and they'd hang out and talk about the day's politics and go on about it and solve the world's problems. And I thought it was pretty cool that they named it after my Uncle Ivey. I wanted to write a song to dedicate to him, especially after he passed away. His family was very frugal. He was a McDonald. He was Scottish. And it was, when he passed away, he didn't have a lot of money, but he had a little nest egg stashed away, and he said, the family all got together and said, well, one thing's for sure, we're not going to blow the whole obituary, or money on the obituary. We're going to go in and we're going to keep that brief. And they went into the lady, and they said, in the paper, she said, 4 words, only 4 words. Ivey Angus McDonald dies. The lady said, oh my God, that's frugal. That's very, you're certainly looking after your money, but I should let you know you can get 3 more words for the same price. Oh, good God, they said. They ran out in the parking lot and they had another big meeting and they come back in and they said, all right, 7 words. Ivey Angus McDonald dies. Volvo for sale. Down on Ivey's wall. Down on Ivey's wall. Down on Ivey's wall. Life's just as simple as God planned. That's the chorus. Feel free to jump in on that one. Stella poured a cup of coffee. Said I'll take this on the road. I'll see you later, Ivey. Your supper's on the stove. I'm going uptown. Don't you be out all night. Say hello to MD4. Leave the kitchen light on. Ivey was a little man, but he left a giant trail, a pocket full of change for the kids the world had failed. And he lived by a private principle. He was a blue-collar man. He'd take the shirt right off his back. He'd give it to a friend. Yeah, down on Ivey's wall. Down on Ivey's wall. Down on Ivey's wall. Life is just as simple as God. Yeah, never would when Ivey was a man. So when I went into the studio to record this song, Chad Urshik was producing, a famous producer over in Canada. He said, Bruce, Bruce, this song is way too long. It's never going to get played on the radio. You need to chop it up. You need to cut some pieces out. And I said, Chad, this is a true story about my uncle Ivey McDonald. If he was here right now, he'd probably kick the shit out of you. But I want people to hear about my uncle Ivey. So I cut some stuff out. But I'm looking out upon the audience tonight, and I don't think Chad is here. So I think I might put it back in for you folks. And it's all about, I tell you, it's all about the Trenton car plant workers. Ivey was a union steward. He was a shop steward. So he led them in. And one day they were out on the picket line. They were striking for better wages to feed their family. And who showed up on the campaign trail but the current Prime Minister at the time, Mr. Brian Mulroney. On the front page of the New Glasgow paper was a picture of Brian Mulroney standing there with his hand out and a big political smile on his face. And Ivey was standing there looking up at him with all his men behind him and his shoulders back and his fist clenched. And I thought to myself, well, there you go. You have a Trenton car plant worker with a chance to shake the hand of the Prime Minister of Canada. Refused to do it out of principle. Well, that's my fucking uncle. So the story goes. The boys who walked the picket line, they were down at the plant. The big man, he come walking in, saying jobs for every man. But Ivey wouldn't shake his hand. When he asked him why, he said, if I did, I'd only be an accomplice to your lies. You see, you men who hold the power, you mostly live in fear. Guess that's why you say exactly what we want to hear. Or maybe you're just